Breaking news, broken into. The truth is
Okay, whatever you do, do not like this video. Just like the Bible says, it's basically an intergalactic incursion into this space through the medium of YouTube. Do not click subscribe. Do not, under any circumstances, click that freaking bell icon. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said. They're demons, they're freaking interdimensional invaders. Okay? I'll just say it. All the clues are right there in the name. Critical mass. Think about it. You freaking sheeple. If you can't join those dots, then you need to wake the fuck up. Make fun of me all you want, but everyone innately knows this. These people are not freaking human.
Amateurs. We didn't have to deal with this crap when I was at the BBC.
Well, you might still be at the BBC if you'd go a little easier on the pop, my dear.
Well, fuck you, Arthur. It would be a terrible shame if Mrs. Whitmore were ever to hear about that incident in Skegness.
Tonight we are sampling the pulse of the nation as we bring you a new feature.
That's right. Hosting our first ever live call-in is our very own Olivia O'Hare. You have no idea how much I'm looking forward to this. Olivia, take it away.
Thanks, Cordelia. So when the US first started the war in Iran, there was some talk in the UK about what our response and involvement should be. After some maintenance, HMS Dragon was sent to the region, prompting some to question our position and relevance on the world stage. We've mostly stayed out of the conflict since then, allowing UK bases to be used but not getting directly involved. Where does the UK fit in the modern geopolitical landscape? The lines are open, so let us know your thoughts. Okay, we have a caller on the line. Nigel from Wiltingbury on the Hive. What's your take, Nigel?
Good evening, Olivia. Well, I'd like to tell you a little story, if I may.
Of course, go ahead.
A few years ago, I developed a slight squint in one eye. I could still see fine, but it bothered me, you know. I spoke to all sorts of specialists and so-called experts, but they were totally useless. So I did my own research. It turned out I'd actually be much better off without the eye. And the simplest thing to do would be to gouge it out with a spoon.
Oh, that doesn't really, sound ideal.
Well, that's what everybody told me. They said it was lunacy, that it would be terrifically painful, and that there really weren't any upsides. But let me tell you, I trust my own ill-informed opinions and half-baked theories far more than some so-called expert.
Oh dear.
Sure, there may be some short-term pain, I told them, but it will all be worth it.
Worth it how? What did you hope to gain?
Independence. It was abundantly clear that the eye in question was way out on the left of the spectrum and couldn't be trusted at all.
I see, and what happened?
Gouged it out. Never looked back.
Really? You gouged out your own eye with a spoon?
Best decision I ever made.
I'm not really sure what this has to do with...
Well, I'm getting to that. People keep asking me if I regret it. Pointing to the fact that it got infected and I can't see straight now and have no depth perception. And that the exciting career opportunities I envisaged never really materialized.
Okay, it does seem like it maybe wasn't the greatest decision.
Well, this is my point, Olivia. This is what people fail to understand. It's because I went about it in entirely the wrong way. If I'd gouged it out properly and the eye hadn't clearly wanted to remain, I'd actually have X-ray vision and the power to cut through steel with lasers like Superman. The spoon was claimed at the time to be oven-ready and totally dishwasher-proof. And of course, the coattails of history wait for no man. So I didn't really have time to sterilize the spoon properly. So even if it was an objectively bad decision, it was my decision. It was a British decision. Do you see my point now?
Well, not really. No.
No, of course you don't. The woke mind virus has rotted your brain. A waste of time even talking to you. Next, you'll be trying to gaslight me that shooting myself in the bollocks isn't a good idea.
Well, thank you for your input, Nigel. I'm sure... Oh, he hung up. Let's go to another caller. We have Jacob on line 2. Hi, Jacob. What would you like to say?
Good evening. First of all, I'd just like to commend your previous caller on his unswerving courage and vision.
You would?
Absolutely. It's that kind of dogged persistence and refusal to let a head-on collision with reality stand in your way that make this country great. But what I really came here to talk about is HMS Dragon. People say it's too little, that we're unprepared, that we should wake up to our true position on the world stage. Poppycock. Did Sir Francis Drake let overwhelming odds deter him? Of course not. We're a nation of inventors and explorers. One ship is all we need. Let's face it, we could teach those towels and s***s a thing or two with just an inflatable dinghy and a rousing chorus of Rule Britannia. It's about the Blitz, the Dunkirk spirit. Let's not forget, it was the British who discovered gravity, first landed on the sun, and invented the cat.
Okay, thank you for your thoughts, Jacob. We may need to bleep a few of them out. Let's move to another caller. And we have Kieran on the line.
It's Keir, actually, Olivia.
Welcome to the show, Keir. What are your thoughts on Britain's role on the modern world stage?
What I'd like to say in the most mild-mannered and ineffectual way possible is it's not always about the bluster and the flag waving.
How do you mean?
The modern geopolitical landscape needs to be navigated in a delicate and pragmatic way. We shouldn't allow the taunts of our allies to deter us from a slow and methodical path via a series of minor course corrections and frequent testing of the winds towards what may quite possibly be a fairly acceptable decision given the circumstances.
So are you saying we should accept that our position on the world stage is not what it used to be?
What I could indeed be saying, albeit in a cautious and excessively loyally manner, is that it's not a simple task. Escorting a huge, slow-moving vessel filled with flammable liquid through an active war zone with a navy that's more suited to a duck pond is an errand of questionable wisdom.
Okay, so we need to face reality and not get involved?
Our involvement should be measured, commensurate, and strategic.
Well, truly stirring words. Thank you for your call, Keir.
My pleasure.
Our next caller is Boris. What are your thoughts, Boris?
Olivia, great blathering cobblers in flagrantis is what I think.
I beg your pardon?
Well, what I'm saying, essentially, in essence, is that it all comes down to breeding.
Oh, so you mean it's values like, manners and integrity that make Britain great?
I mean, we should be breeding more. The right kind of people should be breeding more, and the wrong kind of people should be breeding less.
You're advocating some kind of eugenics? And who decides who the right people are?
You act like this is in some way controversial, but they're easy enough to spot.
Okay, I don't think we want to go any further down this road.
Well, just remember breeding. I'll leave my number if you'd like to jump on board with the project.
Jesus Christ. Do we have any sane people out there? Next caller, Dave, from Birmingham. What are your thoughts?
Hello, Olivia. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome. How do you see Britain's future on the world stage?
Well, Olivia, you see, some of us have been here for generations. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the people coming in. But they're just not British in the way that you and I are. They don't have the deep cultural connection.
And what would you say epitomizes British culture?
Well, small-mindedness, xenophobia, chicken vindaloo, that kind of thing.
Okay. Not, fair play then? The rule of law? Freedom of speech?
Goodness no. Think about what really made this country great.
Trade?
Sailing round the world and stealing other people's stuff at gunpoint. And then enslaving them.
That's, not really how I remember it portrayed in school.
Oh, it may not be politically correct to say it, but we all know it's true.
I'm starting to think this whole phone-in thing was a bad idea.
Now a quick word from today's sponsor.
Are you tired of living in a world where things make sense? Where cause leads to effect and promises lead to outcomes? Try quantum Brexit pills. Results may include believing 7 impossible things before breakfast, blaming Europe for potholes, becoming convinced that sovereignty tastes like haggis, and an inexplicable urge to hang flags on empty buildings. Quantum Brexit pills, where the outcome is both deliverable and undeliverable, where your future is a slow slide into poverty and irrelevance and a carefree stroll through the sunlit uplands. Simultaneously, as long as you remember not to inadvertently collapse the wave function, side effects may include dizziness, abdominal pain, anxiety, euphoria, nausea, vomiting, and death. Quantum Brexit pills. Brexit means Brexit. Means remain. Means breakfast.
Okay, we have time for one more caller. Let's go to Andy on line 3. Andy, your thoughts on Britain's place in the world?
Well, Olivia, I've thought about this a lot, and I think we'll be okay.
Nice to end the show on a hopeful note. Could you maybe expand a little on what's behind your optimism?
So, I was in Manchester recently, and, it's a lesson to us all, really.
Okay, but will we really be okay? The economy's struggling, our influence is declining, we're dealing with...
Yeah, I get all that. It's a fucked up world for sure. But just walk the streets of Manchester. There's a vibe, there's a feeling in the air, there's hope. Hope is like a renewable resource, you know?
That's a beautiful sentiment, but good vibes won't pay your electric bill or fend off World War III.
Have you ever been to Manchester? You can get on a bus, and it's like £2 to go literally anywhere.
No offense, but I'm beginning to think you're as batshit crazy as the previous callers.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Olivia. I really thought we were having a positive conversation. I'll let you get on with your show. Take care.
No, wait. I didn't mean to cause...
Olivia, that was the most entertaining thing I have seen in ages.
Not quite how I'd imagined our first call-in panning out, but certainly, illuminating.
You're like our very own black hole, sucking in every train wreck within 10 light years.
My mum said it's a curse.
Well, I say, it's a gift. We should make this a regular feature. Do you have a favorite topic you'd like us to trivialize, poison, and confuse? Let us know in the comments.
That's all for tonight. Join us again for more breaking news.